Hello, guys. It's time for art. It's art time. We're going to be drawing today a very special drawing. We are together. You're at your house. I'm in my house. But because of the magic of the internet, we're together today. And Miss Hammond has started our excellent medieval week with all her cool projects. So I thought it would be fun if we did Mr. Galloway's favorite medieval thing of all, a dragon. So we're going to be drawing a dragon, but unlike Toothless, our cute, adorable, friendly dragon, this one is going to be a fierce, monstrous dragon. So I'm going to start actually with his eye. I don't always start with the eyes, but I like to sometimes. So I'm going to kind of give him just like a little eye shape, almost like this, my little football shape. Sad face, happy face, put them together, get an eyeball. Then I'm going to put a little eyelid above it. So I'm going to kind of come above it with another little loop. And I'm actually going to do one below it too, kind of like that. Okay, so that's going to be my dragon's eye. Now for the head, I kind of want to come over the top of the head and then curve down a little bit and then come forward like that. So I went whoop. See how I started? It's almost like a little hill right there. Okay. And then I'm going to slant down where his mouth's going to be. I can kind of come over and come under the eye like that. Then I'm going to come back down. And then I'll kind of come down a bit. And slant back up like that. Okay. Got my big old dragon mouth. Now, I'll kind of come back to here. Why don't I put some spikes going back so he looks really dragon-like? So I'm going to come back with a spike. And maybe I'll put another spike. And I could even put another spike like that. So he's like, "Roar." Might even be cool if I connect these. Maybe I'll kind of bump it in like that. Roar. Now, we want to add some extra cool stuff to make him look even more fierce. I'm going to start with his neck. From the head, I'm just going to kind of curve a neck down. And this dragon's kind of going off the page a bit, but that's okay. Now, details make the dragon. So I'm going to start by giving him his nose. I'm going to put a little curve right here for the nose. Okay. And I want him to have lots of spikes going back down his head, kind of like this. You can make some higher, some lower. It's up to you. Maybe I'll put a little spike here on his chin just to make him look a little more ferocious. And I'm going to put his teeth just on the top for right now, so watch. I'll kind of come and put some sharp teeth coming down like this. Almost all the way back. Now right here, I'm going to put a little flap. And I might put some little lines like that. So he looks like his mouth is wide open. And for the bottom, I'm going to curve around and come back in like that. That's going to give his mouth a little bit of a 3D look. Now if you look, I have a back part of the mouth and a front part of the mouth. So I'm going to put some little teeth on this back part of the mouth. And I'm going to put some little ones on this front part of the mouth. See how that gives it that 3D look where he's got his mouth wide open. Maybe I'll even get a little hint of a tongue in there like that. He's ferocious. Now, I'm going to build up the eye. I love putting scales on my dragons, so I always like to start around the eye. And I'm going to put some in kind of like this. Just kind of going around the eye. And I'm going to keep coming. It's almost like a flower. Who thought such a fierce beast could resemble a flower? I can kind of go around like this, going around and around and around and around. But since I'm spiraling around the eye, it really gives it a kind of cool look. And I could put some in this little nose part. Now I'm going to not go all the way up the nose because I like where it looks almost like a beak. I think that's cool. I could start to put some little hints of scales on the bottom part as well, if I wanted to. For his horns up top, I want them to look like they're coming out of his head, so I'm going to kind of put almost these little flaps And I could even have some spikes coming from behind just to make him look really fierce. He's so cool. Now for his neck, I want those kind of scaly plates of armor to protect him from swords and arrows. So I did a little row of them. My next row, I could do them in the same place, but I think it looks good if I scoot over and I make these go between the top ones. See how I kind of went 1, 2, and then I put one in between, 1, 2, one in between, 1, 2, one in between. Then I do that again on the next row. I'm always going between. And that's going to make your scales look really cool if you always kind of do the spike of it between the ones above it. Oh yeah, he is coming along. He needs a cool name like Tharlok or Gaurong or Schmaug. I don't know if any of you guys know Schmaug. He's one of Mr. Galloway's favorite dragons. He's from a great book that you guys could be reading over this time off of school. There's a book called The Hobbit, which I'm reading to my kids right now. It's really fun. So I've got his neck scales. Now you could leave his eye white and make it super creepy, or if you want, we could put like this little slit, like he's peeking out at us like, oh man, is he cool. Alright, now anything else you want to add to your dragon, you can. Maybe he's got like a big horn on the top, maybe he's got crazy hair, maybe I could put more little spikes going back down his little neck too if I wanted to. On the underside, a lot of times it's cool if you put almost like a little belly, like he's got the under neck part. You can bring that in like that. All these extra little lines are going to give him more depth and coolness as you go. Alright, I think my dragon's pretty cool. I'm going to add some color. I hope you guys are working hard and making fun memories, playing board games with your family, watching movies, playing games, doing art, crafting, dancing, singing. There's so much cool stuff you can do in your time at home. Alright guys, let's add color. Alright guys, signing off with my green forest dragon. Hope you guys had fun, hope you stay safe out there, and we will see you back at your school in a few weeks. Alright, bye.